It nearly caught me out then. The start nearly caught me out. I was too busy cleaning some brushes up that I'd meant to get on with for ages. And after I was painting the Titanic yesterday, I thought I should finish this off. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night with me, Ted. Do not adjust your set. Yes, Ted's live. So it's Wednesday night. It's I think they call it Hump Day. Apparently they call it Hump Day because it's over the hump and towards the weekend. But I think every day seems like a weekend. Anyway, welcome. This is to my show tonight. Hope you enjoyed Chris just a short while ago. I did just happen to drop in at the end of his show just to see what was going on as I was outside cleaning the camper van, ready to get away whenever the government says we can get out. But that will be at another time yet. Right, let's see who's in tonight. Welcome to you all. I think I've got things set up a little bit better tonight, so I can actually see the chat as it goes along. But do remember, if you do want me to, if you do want something mentioned or talked about, put it in bold so I can hopefully catch it as I'm building and sort of watching the screen at the same time. So, right, let's go back to the top. If I get onto live chat rather than top chat, I can probably get everybody that's in. Yeah, here we go. Lynn, she was first across from Chris's stream. I saw her across it there. Hi, Lynn. Michael Strawman as well. And Chris, yeah, Chris, I hope you've refilled that brandy glass. Because it's an evening in the pub, the virtual pub with Ted. Phil Lewis. Athol, Model Making Mayhem, Phil Lewis, yeah, I said that. Yeah. Then a lot of chatting going on. People chat. Model Making Mayhem, Scaly Models, hi Dad, and on and on. Yeah, most of the regulars. One or two, now it's gone live. Hopefully, one or two other people will join in as well. Tonight we're going to get on with the. What we're going to get on with, I forgot. Yeah, yeah, that's it. The Universal Carrier. Yeah, I haven't even got it out because I've been busy cleaning these brushes. I haven't got it out yet. So right, let's go get it out. I do apologise for last week having to cancel last week's show because it was unhealthily hot in here. It was far too hot. Like it was like a furnace. And that was actually in the morning before the day started to warm up. So I didn't even attempt to come up in the evening. So I'm sorry if you missed out last week. Hopefully we can catch up this week, and we're back on with this. Now I believe that Butcher That Model has already finished his, and he's on with another model. He's on with a Spitfire, building Spitfires. So right, so yeah, but I have been cheating a little bit because from last week, if you remember, let's get it out, see what we've done. From last week when we built this, let's get some light on it. See if we could see it any better. Well, when we built and sprayed this, we did this last week. Then we got the sides as well. The next stage was to build the wheels. So I've actually gone on and built them and sprayed them because I thought, well, you wouldn't be wanting to watch me doing any spraying and things like that. So because it gets just a bit noisy, then we're going to wait for the paint to dry. We could have had half an hour just sat watching the paint dry. So, but still, that's what the show's all about. Yeah, just undercoated them with a grey primer, then going over them with the AK Real colours. I know somebody was asking about AK Real colours on the E-Models live stream last week. This is the paint set. This is British Army, Africa late 1942-43, but it does have the British green in it, the olive green, so it suits this universal carrier very well. Right, so what we've got to do tonight, I've sprayed all the running gear, and I thought what I'll do tonight was actually paint these, or try and paint some of these tyres up. So tonight we'll be doing a bit of painting. It will probably prevent any spillage. If you saw the Bean Blade stream at the weekend, you'll have seen some spillage happen here, which took off all the grid markings on my mat. It actually bubbled up and blistered, which wasn't a very nice sight. It was a fantastic sort of effect though, if you could have recreated that on a model. Let's put these, excuse me reaching over, I'll put these out the way over here. Right, and I do hope you all have joined me tonight with a drink. It's not a large scotch, it's just got a lot of water in it. Tonight's tipple is monkey shoulder. I got this for Father's Day. The kids bought me it for Father's Day. It's actually a blend. It's a very nice blend actually. It's a blend of 3 Speyside whiskies, and it's smooth, very smooth. So I just need to sample it a little bit just to make sure if it's mixed to perfection. The reviews on it, one of the reviews commented that it was like riding a horse bareback on a Scottish beach with a red-haired vixen on the back of the horse on Christmas morning. Yeah, I could never write a review like that. Another one said it was like James Bond swimming in a waterproof tuxedo. Yeah, so that's it. Well, some others have just come in. I spotted that. So hi Nat, welcome. So yeah, belly and bench, and what's your tipple tonight? Whether it be alcoholic or just it might just be a cup of tea or a glass of water. What's your tipple? What's with you tonight? Right. So let's go back through chat, see who else has come in. If I can find how to work my cursor. Catch up with the chat. Lynn's mid, yeah, Lynn. Nat's come in. Good evening, Ted. Good evening, everyone. Dave, butcher that model. Finish them both. Going to do the Revell 135 Amata Russian main battle tank next. Yeah, certainly knocking them kits out there, Dave. Model making mayhem. The model making haggis. Yeah, cheers. I hope you've got a good whiskey with you, model making haggis. Wayne Haywood. I thought, stream says Spider Cube. Yeah, yeah, it's my stream tonight. I could do what I want with no interruptions and talking. Athol said he's got a nicely chilled Jamaican ginger. Model Maker Guru, Fox said, hey gang, we'll be there in a minute, just getting a brew. So he's going to get a brew. Yeah, let us know where it is. Dad, Lord Barclay III, good evening. Good evening to Mark as well. Yeah. Right. Yeah, yeah, Fox. Yeah, we need to know we need an update on the tooth. Yeah, has anybody been in touch? I haven't been around chat on the messages and that on the phone today because I've been busy. So yeah, how is the tooth, Fox? If you're around, if you're back. So yep, so that's it. So yeah, belly and bench, and watch your tipple. Right, we need to find some paint to get these painted. We need black tyre black. No, that's not that one. It's not that one. I've got all these paints, and I keep I keep thinking that I should arrange them in a particular order, but I can never get round to it. I don't have that many paints either, really. There's always a paint colour that you need but you haven't got. And I can't seem to find. Can't seem to find the tyre black. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm just looking for paint. Black grey might do. Nope, can't find it. This'll do. Spinny Q says he's emptied his coffee and will be joining you with a fireball. A fireball? Yep. Do explain. Scaly Dad said he's had a KFC with gravy, and on the bench is the Tamiya Volkswagen Beetle. All right, yeah. Gross Models, Chris says he sees that Fox is here. Oh, yes. Didn't get in last week. Well, neither did I, but yeah, nobody was in last week. So, yeah. I hope you're able to fulfill your time, fill in your time otherwise, and you had to go and make your own entertainment for the evening. These are my paint palettes, because I've got loads of them, because I'm on tablets, medication for life. I have an endless supply of tablet capsules, holders, and they make great paint palettes. So we could put that there. Just a bit of a drop. Vallejo, it's great for brush painting. Brilliant. If I only knew where my tyre black was. Yeah, I'll probably find it after this show. Wayne said fireball, respect. Yeah, well, get a fireball. Must be a drink or something. Lynn says she's got belly, a chipolata chicken sandwich, Ritz barbecue chips, crisps, yep, a cherry Dr Pepper. Yeah, I know you like your cherry Dr Peppers, Lynn, but to me it's just like medicine. It's just like the stuff that Fox would have been given at the dentist. But no, I can't stand it. Dave said belly is Coca-Cola chicken and rice. Bench is full board in Blue Peter style, preparing for tomorrow's live stream. Yeah, sorry, I didn't pick up on what Chris said your live stream was tomorrow. Do let us know so we can have a shot. Fox is back. Hi all. Brew acquired. Painkillers snaffled. Time to sit back. Yeah, kick back and chill. We were asking for an update on the toothache, by the way, Fox. If you could update everybody, because everybody wants to know. We haven't had an update. So some painting. So what we're going to do now is just do these outer rims, because the wheels themselves, I don't know, can I find the box art? The wheels themselves, as you know, with tanks and tanky things, have a black rubber outer. So this is no different. So just, it'll be painting and chatting tonight mostly, I would think, and the more that goes down, the more paint goes on and the more wobbly it gets. So the first, you'll be able to, we'll put the first one over here, then the next one, and then the next one, and we'll have a look at the night. We'll have a look at the end of the night and see how well it's progressed. Let's see if we can zoom in any. Hang on a minute. Oh, it's got out of focus. There we go, back a bit. Yeah, we'll zoom it in a little bit so we can, hopefully, if we get a bit of light on the subject, we could see what's sort of happening. Now I can't see the chat because that's annoying. Right, where are we up to? Chat's really bounced up. Nat says, Billy, a pasta bolognese. I had that last night. Bench working on my me to you bear cross stitch for the latest YouTube video. Cross stitching, yeah, wife does that. Bottle making mayhem. Billy, nothing yet, not sure what to have. I had chips. Went to the chippy, got some chips, and then put some beef burgers in the oven, well, the grill, and had them with chips. So it saves smelling the house up with cooking oil, chip fat, and yeah, chips from the chippy, can't be beaten. With in a sandwich with some bread, pickled onion sauce, pickled onions, tomato sauce, none of this gravy rubbish, but curry. Can't see that. If I paint that down there, nobody can see what I'm doing, so I've got to try and paint it over here. Sometimes find that this Vallejo, when you're painting, I do have some retarder, just a drop of retarder just to go with it, just makes it flow a little bit better. Either that or a drop of water. Because I think under these lights it does dry out a little bit. Back to the chat. Where were we up to? Dexterous Crafter. Beverage, plain bottled water tonight, says Nat. Yep, well, you've got the kids to look after. Lord Bartlett III said a big mug of tea. All good here, says Mark. Bench says Fox is the Millennium Falcon. Belly, anything soft. Tooth update. Pain and grumpiness at the maximum. Yeah, it's turned up to full pain and grumpiness. So yeah, if you want any to send Fox any care packages, don't send anything to eat. Dave said a nice little tip on obtaining basic materials and starting to build a foam board cottage for dioramas. That's tomorrow at 2 o'clock on his channel. Butcher That Model, 2 o'clock. Yep, if you don't know, find him on YouTube, Butcher That Model. Spinny Q says, Billy, probably a pot noodle because I don't know if I can be bothered to do proper food. Pot noodle in the cupboard is always a standby. It's always worth having one in the cupboard for no particular reason. You've got to make sure you've got the right flavour to hand. And you could always follow, if you go across to Model Making Guru's YouTube page, got there in the end. If you go across to Model Making Guru's YouTube page, there is actually a video on how to prepare the perfect pot noodle with bread and things. Because everybody needs to know how to prepare the perfect pot noodle. But they're a fantastic thing just to have in the cupboard, just because that day, that time, when it comes to lunchtime and you can't be bothered. Pot noodle, cup of tea, sorted. None of it, yeah, sorry, none of this coffee stuff. Yeah, they're going to have to get the black molar out. Oh, sounds painful. Then we'll have hands full of water for a couple of days and sleep. Oh. Carrying down. Pot noodle is always correct. Chicken and mushroom is a correct flavour. I tried the Bombay Big Boy the other day because it was in the cupboard for just for those moments when it was in the cupboard. So I had the Bombay Big Boy, Bad Boy. Now, when it comes to pot noodles, maybe Fox can answer this. Should there be a liquid left in the bottom? Is that the right thing? Is that the done thing? Or should it all be absorbed by the rice and the noodles? We need this. I need to know. I don't know whether I'm ever preparing noodles, pot noodles, in the right way. Other brands of pot noodles are available. So that's one wheel painted. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm painting this with the tongue out of one side of the mouth. Deep concentration. Yeah, we'll leave that one. Right, yeah, there's a couple of thoughts here. Pot noodle is always correct, chicken and mushroom, as was said. Send Fox peanut brittle sticky fudge and treacle toffee to cheer him up. Yeah, he'd have to look at it for a week, wouldn't he, but not be able to touch it. Thinking he's thinking of cooked but cold pasta. Yeah, it could puree it. Yeah, baby food. Try baby food. Get yourself out of Tesco. Get baby food. Dave said the juice is correct. Then you dunk the bread and butter in it. The bread and butter in it to soak up the juice. They soak up the loveliness. Nat says most definitely liquid in the bottom. Athol says no liquid left, either in your gob or absorbed. Bombay Big Boy is a whole different thing. AJ, hi AJ, welcome. Billy, pan-fried garlic turkey steaks. Oh, sounds very posh. New potatoes and Italian salad. Very, very posh. Bench, Colonial Viper, Mark II. Yeah, and your tipple. Yeah, if you missed that, what's tonight's tipple? Mine's monkey shoulder. Yeah. If every time somebody mentions a tipple, I'll have to have a drink. Right, here's the word from Fox. And no soupiness is wrong. You should only put water into the top of the food, then leave it for 10 minutes so it can studge up and the soupiness will go away. So that means no liquid in the bottom of your pot noodle. Team maximum stodge. So right, so the official word is no soup in the bottom. Right. I always thought it was wrong to have a soup in the bottom. Lynn says no liquid in the bottom of a pot noodle. So that's the official way. That's the official Boom Hut way of pot noodle. No soup in the bottom. I didn't think there should be. May need to write a letter, a strongly worded letter in a large font to complain about the instructions, because they tell you to put too much water in. Glenrock, single malt for Aberdeenshire, got a couple of bottles each year direct from the distillery when I go up for a week salmon fishing. Oh yes, that's what I'm planning to do in the camper van when the world calms down a little bit, is go north across the border and do a couple of distillery tours, and I'm sure that after you've sampled you'd feel obliged to purchase a few bottles. So where's Aberdeen? Sorry, my geography is a little bit out there, AJ. Where's Aberdeenshire? Would that be the west coast, giving it a bit of peatiness? Because I think what it is the whiskies over to the west coast are a little bit more peaty. I've learnt this recently. Have more of that smoky texture taste to them. We'll have to have a tasting one night, won't we? I'll fetch all the whiskies up that I've got, and then we'll have a taste. Everybody else out there can have the whiskey or a water just to come along with, and we can taste a virtual tasting. Right, where we are. Dave said, yes, there should be. You put the hot water to the market, says the fill line. Yeah, there are instructions, but that tells you that if you fill to the water line, you get a soup in the bottom. Arthal says Aberdeen Oil, capital of Europe, northeast Scotland. Yeah, I worked in Aberdeen for some time, of course. Yeah, Aberdeenshire. Yeah, I know where it is now. Yeah, as an apprentice, we were sent up in the shipyard, Hall Russell. We were sent up to Scotland to help out building some patrol boats for, I think it was the Singapore Navy. That was quite a few years ago. Oh, well, we're talking 40 years ago now. But being a young apprentice on night shift in Aberdeen, what used to happen was we'd do our work and then come to about 1 o'clock when the foreman had disappeared for the night. We all knew he'd gone to get his head down for the night. That would be it. We'd scoot over the back wall and go out on the town. As long as we were back for 7 o'clock when he turned up, nobody bothered. Yeah. So that's the secrets of an apprentice electrician, all revealed. AJ, yeah, it says East Coast near Aberdeen. Yeah, yeah, I've sorted that out now. I didn't realise. Not too peaty, very smooth, close to Huntley. Scott says, well, I'll have to come to the home of the two best whiskies. I will. I am actually in conversation with Mrs. Ted to come up and visit Orkney in the near future. Depending on how the world settles down and time and things like that. We're hoping to get up there September, maybe October, October at the latest, or early October at latest, because after that the weather gets a bit unpredictable, especially for the ferries and things like that. Athol says, Ted, can I have my usual tipple Asmack brandy? Of course, yes, go away. Yep. Any Wednesday night is have a drink with Ted night. You can bring along any drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You're welcome in my virtual pub at any time with anything. Yes, as long as everybody behaves, nobody will get thrown out. Lynn says, asks Scott, what's the second best? Dave says, that must be the correct way to do pot noodle. That's the correct instructions. Yeah, but the guru says, he who knows all there is to know about pot noodles, says there shouldn't be a soup in the bottom. Back to pot noodle there. I don't think there should be a soup in the bottom either. Right, I need some water to just rinse this brush because it's getting a bit gooey. Unfortunately, being in the loft means that I have to go down 2 flights of stairs to get a refreshment, to get any water, so I have to fetch bottles upstairs. And then I've got to work out how to get all the dirty water back again. Right. Athol says he was up at Kishorn constructing the Beryl Bravo oil platform, Kishorn Commando. Skater Model said it's Orkney. The weather is always unpredictable. Yeah, well, only about a fortnight ago he was having snow. What's that all about? So yeah, when you're getting snow in July, in June, and hedgehogs. Ouch mouse. Yep, Scott's got hedgehogs in the garden, if you didn't know. October's the best time to go salmon fishing, says AJ. Scott says the sun's out. Don't pick the wrong drink. Yes, I know it has happened. They're very much, yeah, they, yeah, could be the right. Yeah. Scott said it's mandated that I'll have to have my picture taken outside Skipper's Bar in Kirkwall. Yes. Yeah, I will. We are actually planning to come up, so I will let you know, Scott, when we are setting off. It'll probably just end up, Scott, we're on our way. See you in a couple of days, because it apparently takes 8 hours from our house to the ferry terminal, just a little way from John O'Groats, and an hour's ferry across from there. So what I plan to do would be to come up and take 2 nights to come up, so we can catch the early ferry, get across on the first ferry, spend a couple of days on Orkney and come back after visiting all the distilleries and all the breweries. The first thing the wife said was, "Are there any shops?" Yeah, and there's another sign that Model Making Guru says I have to have a picture taken by. Yeah, I keep painting down here and you can't see what I'm doing, so dropsy. What I'm looking forward to when I do this universal carry, as the build goes on, it's not a very big build to do, but we will soon be round to weathering, and that's the bit that I think we'll have most fun with. And then after I've built the universal carrier, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a few other boxes lying around. I may surprise you and do something totally different. I thought I'd get the ferry from Aberdeen, but that'll take forever. Dave said, "Don't go inside Skipper's Bar. It's the Orcadian version of the Blue Oyster Bar from the Police Academy films." Yeah. I remember that film. I'll probably get mistaken with my moustache. You never know. I just thought that if I paint these, if I paint the right side, because I could get some of these stuck on tonight, glued on. Where are we at? Let's back to the chat. AJ said ferry from Scrabster on the north coast. Chris says, "Don't get the ferry from Dover." No, it takes forever. Athol says, "Attention Mrs Ted, there are shops on Orkney, but prices are expensive. Everything needs to be ferried in." But I believe there are some very nice jewellery shops. Scaly's dad says the £1 shop is £1.50. And as Dad said, yes, don't forget the thumbs up, like the video if you do. If you do like the video. If you don't like the video, drop me a line, tell me why you didn't like it, and I can hopefully sort it out for next time. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to that magic 1,000 subscribers. Not very far off. So if you joined in, like and subscribe. Click the notification bell down here somewhere. And you never know when a video might pop up. I'm on with the Titanic video. I've been building frantically for the past couple of days. Well, not building, but painting. Because finally the weather was perfect for going outside and getting some painting done. Because it's either been too hot, too cold, raining, or too windy. And yesterday was just a perfect day. It was nicely overcast, nice and warm, hardly any wind, just enough to lift the newspaper on the table outside, because the Titanic is so big. The Titanic is so big, I just can't paint it indoors. Has to be done with rattle cans outside. Unfortunately, what I didn't notice, I should have taken more care of it. I'd put some 2mm masking tape on, very thin masking tape, not the paper style. It was more a flexible type stuff. And with it being in the loft and so hot, it had actually like shriveled. Not very much, but enough that I needed to sort it out and just fill in a few places where the paint had bled underneath. So if you've seen my Facebook page, that's me touching up the yellow shear line on the Titanic. All will be explained in the next Titanic video. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just as if you just come in, I'm trying to pick out the tyres on these on the running gear for the Universal Carrier. The actual real things will just have been a pressed casting, and then over that will have been a pointy stick. Here, the wheel itself will have just been a casting, and then pressed onto the outside will have just been a black rubber tyre. So what we're doing, we're painting that in a black grey, just to give it a representation of the tyre. And up here is the return idler wheel, which also gets a coat of the same colour paint. Back to chat. Yeah, Chris, yeah, I think I'll try and adjust the camera down a little bit. Let's hang on, because it's right, yep. Don't forget. Dave said, Scott said, if I fall asleep on the ferry and wake up in Shetland, you've gone too far. Yeah, it's like falling asleep on the train, isn't it? And ending up at the station past where you should have got off, so you've got to walk back. Scott said, Ortac jewellery. That's a jewellery I was thinking of. Some very fine jewellery up in Shetland, very famous for it. Chris said I'm off camera again. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to remember. Just I get carried away. Model making Kage says for under 200 quid you can fly from Edinburgh, return in less than 90 minutes. The point is, yeah, I'll be taking the motorhome up, so that's why I want to go and enjoy the scenery. Take our house with us. Spitty Q says I like the video, Ted. I say hello to the people in chat. I try to. That's what it's all about. It's all about sort of interaction and sort of making you feel part of the family. Athol says, I just want that plaque on the wall. Yeah, it's probably meaning the YouTube thing. I think I've got a long way to go before I get any plaque off YouTube. Chris said, yes, got a spanner next to your name. You've got more powers. Yeah. Yeah, people with the spanners. Dave said it was blooming windy here last night. Ted, we were in a hangout with Dad. If you're in a hangout with Dad, I believe things can get a bit windy. Nat's off. Good night, Nat. Thanks for dropping in. Athol says, do I get an iceberg with that Titanic? Yeah, the iceberg comes in a kit. They send you a bottle of water. You've got to make it yourself. Chris is being mean to him. Oh, yeah, Chris, yeah, look after him. Yeah, but if you do, yeah. Right, that's that one done. Now, I don't know whether these are the right way around because I don't know whether I painted one double left and one single right. I tell you what, if I paint this one, that evens the odds up, so I can maybe glue something together before the end of the show. Yeah, unlike some other live streams that you might see every now and again where things rarely get glued. I was trying this one to glue something at least once. So with the world opening up, certainly in the UK, in a couple of days' time, or relaxed a little bit more, shall we say? Has anybody got plans to go anywhere? Has anybody's holiday been cancelled, and or have you been lucky and haven't booked a holiday until after the 4th of July? So are you going? Has anybody got anywhere planned to go? Quano said I could cheat and make a plaque and tell everybody got it from YouTube. Yeah, I could, but I don't know what one looks like. I've never. Yeah, has anybody? I've never seen anybody that's ever got one. If they ever do, or do they just, being YouTube, they'll just send you a video of the plaque? Chris says, I know you're here, Fox. You weren't on his stream, though. Yeah, well, yeah, he's got his favourites. Also, he comes here just to see if my stream falls over. I'm hoping that it's all sorted now, by the way, that you are getting a good stream without the jumpiness and jerkiness. Like a stop-start sort of animation. I think I've solved it. Well, I'll have solved it until the next Windows update when it all goes to tits up again. Right. I think what I'll do, I'll have a look now and see what parts need gluing. Drink. Really is smooth, that. Quite nice. Let's drop, obviously we drop water. Chris said the stream looks good. Yes, good. Right, instructions. Where did I put the instructions? At the moment, my workshop is rather a busy place. I was in here yesterday. I had the Titanic on the bench here. I had these bits all in the spray booth, all being sprayed, or I'd sprayed them, letting them dry. I had over there on the monitor, on the computer, I had the Titanic video editing. So I certainly had 2 models going, 2 models on the go. I had the Bane blade. I was doing something with that as well, and that's just in one day. I can't find the instructions for the universal carrier. Now I've seen them somewhere. No, I could pretend. Dave, do these sides just glue on, or do I need to glue something else on first? I can't find the instructions. Oh yeah, I've got the digger as well up there. That's on the go as well. But yeah, the universal carrier might come to the end now because I can't find the instructions for it. Spinny Q said he was supposed to visit his cousin and his family who emigrated to Spain this summer, but that's on hold. Yes, I had a friend at work whose daughter was actually getting married in Australia in March, and obviously that went nowhere, so that all had to be put off. So yeah, missing a great visit to Australia. Butcher that. Yeah, Dave said he still got his instructions. What do we need to know? Yeah, I need to know whether these bits just glue on, or is there something else that needs to go on first. Dave just sent me a picture. Yeah, alright, yeah, it seems like they can glue on. Yes, good. Yeah, I've done that bit, I need to do that bit, but I can do that bit first. Yes, brilliant. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, right, so what we can do now then is we can actually glue these side fenders on. Sort of the mud guards come... Yep. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that can glue on there, and that one can glue on there. Then there's a little box to glue in there, and we could do that. So we can carry on glue that. Thanks for that, Dave. You're a bit of a lifesaver. I will find the instructions. I don't know where. Chris says his daughter was meant to be in America. She isn't. That's a shame. Lynn says she hasn't seen her family in 2 years. Yep, can you know. Yeah, all right. Yep, Dave's virtual building. Yeah, how's that? Yeah, it just shows you how well the internet works. Dave's got the instructions. I've got the kit. We could build it over the internet. just intrigues me where they've gone. Never mind, never mind. We can get on with it. So that can go in there. That fits in there like that. I like that. And now I can get some glue. Now I know that this fits in because down here there's a bit of a location site piece in there, and that fits snugly in there, and then we can get down to putting some glue on. And I've just noticed, even though I painted it, I've just noticed there's some ejector marks in here and here and here. Why I haven't noticed them before, I have no idea. So they'll need some work on. Obviously I'm going to paint this all again. It was just given a base coat so I could get on with it, and then all the interior detail was painted. So what I'll do again is when the whole thing's finished or put together, I'll give it a blast over again, because there is even some paint missing off that front fender mudguard. Right, if I pinch those clips off here, these should be long enough to go on there. That's it. Get the other one. And that one goes on it. Good. Before anybody asks me where I got these clips from, I've had them years. They're pretty good because they work on the tension of an elastic band. So by doubling the elastic band up or taking it round like this, he says, you can actually increase the tension of the hold. So it pulls in. I've had them years. I got them at a model boat show, and people keep asking, because I use them in my videos, people keep asking where I got them from, and I couldn't tell you. I really don't know, but they're indispensable. They're brilliant. They come in, I've got a couple of different sizes as well. See if I can find one. Yeah, no, that's the same size. Yeah, there's a different one. It's a bit longer. Speedy said he could probably design and print some like that. Yeah, you probably these days you probably could print some, but I wouldn't know, for the life of me, know how to design or any or print any. Or I don't know anything about 3D printing, but they're fantastic. They're a really simple idea. Oops, and they do spring off like that. But just by changing the length of the elastic band, doubling it round like that, you can then increase the tension of the hold. There we go. So that's Dad said he got his clamps from a flea bay. Did you get the same ones as these, Dad? Right, did you get the same clamps as these? If you did, I'd be interested in knowing, just so I could tell everybody else where to get them from, because I do get continual requests. Where'd you get your clamps from? So that's that bit done. So won't take a few minutes. In the meantime, I think I've spotted them. Hang on. Yes, found them. Yeah, Dad said he got the same ones from eBay. There we go. Yes, so have a look on eBay for clamps. You can get them from there. But brilliant, I've had them years. Won't be without. I've got a drawer full of them. Right, so we could do that. We've done that. We've done that. Done that. That. Yeah. Right. So we'll just give that 5 minutes. In the meantime, I suppose we could finish off by painting this one now. A little bit more paint. Dad said I'd go back through his purchases and find out. Yes, right. What I'll do, if we get the link, I'll put the link up. If we find out eventually, I'll put the link up when I remember, or when the next person asks to remind me. I'll put the link up where we got these clamps from. But yeah, as Speedy Q says, you clever guys with your 3D printers could probably print some. Oops. Let's clean that off a little bit. Back in a minute. What are we up to? Right. Back to painting. It's quite relaxing, and it is getting a bit hot in here. Drink. I look forward to Wednesday nights. Wonder why that is. Right, so any questions for tonight then? Got half an hour left. So it's time for you to take this opportunity once again to ask me the questions, because I've nearly finished these now, so I'll be trying to focus a little bit more on the chat. Dave said he's sure he got his from Telford the first year we went with Scott, but he can't remember the store they were from. Yeah, that it was like a show at Telford, the equivalent to model boating, where I got these from. Lots and lots of stalls, trade stands. what I find with them as well is that sometimes the jaws can be quite slippy, and they tend to, as you saw, they tend to ping off a little bit. So sometimes just roughen them up, certainly the tips, just roughen them up, and they hold a little bit better. Because they're lethal, because they're under tension with the rubber bands, they're lethal when they spring off. And you've got to watch as well, because if you had them in the box for quite a while, the elastic bands tend to perish a little bit. So that again, it always happens when you've got like your piece sort of held in your hand somehow, and you're trying to get this clamp on, and ping, the elastic snaps. Dave says, question, am I looking for a replacement for model making chicken? The answer to that is no. Mrs. Ted keeps saying she wants another chicken, but no, we're not having another chicken, because chickens, being dead easy to look after, they tend to make a mess everywhere outside, so you're forever cleaning up. Like, you think it's bad if you've got a bird table and all the bird poop below the bird table on the patio. Think of a pigeon, but twice the size. That's what happens to. That's what you get on the patio. In the summer, they have. They can get what they call red mite, which is microscopic insects that live on the body of the chicken. No matter how hard you try to get rid of red mite, you can never eradicate it, and they suck the blood of the chicken and make the chicken ill, and they don't harm humans, but it's not very nice when you got covered in red mite. So no, we're not having another chicken. Dave said he puts elastoplast on the tips. They grip okay. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, it stops the clamps slipping. Never thought of that. Lynn says she's still considering changing her name to Model Making Parrot. Yeah, why not? Go for it. It's an easy one to remember, Lynn. Yeah, if you're choosing any a YouTube name, you want to pick a name that's going to be easy to remember and easy to find. And not get lost in a multitude of other similar sounding names. model making worm. John, hi John, says they have the 3-inch and the 7-inch. Oh, right, yeah. If you can get these, if they are available, as I say, bag a few. Get a few of them. You can never have too many clamps. I've got this type as well, obviously. I think everybody's got that type. But these, amazing. I would have liked to seen them as well turn the other way around so you can expand with them, but I don't know how you'd do that. You know, if you see like joiners clamps, sometimes you can turn the jaws around so they become expanding instead of contracting. Amazon USA says John have both sizes. AliExpress plastic F clamps, says Dad, so have a look on eBay for them. But if you're clever enough, you could print your own. Or maybe just buy one and copy it. Not that I said that, yeah. Provided you're not selling them. So a nice relaxing evening, just painting. Is that anybody else out there on the workbench as well? Sat at the workbench with me going in the background. I know Chris has just finished at the workbench, so he can relax now. What I've been asked to do as well, I don't know if anybody has seen my railway loco weathering project. I've been asked if I do some more loco weathering, well, railway weathering. And I've got this idea in my head that I would next have a go at doing some railway carriages. But what I'm going to do, if you want to watch, is do some graffiti on railways, on a railway coach. If you've ever been, particularly here in the UK, if you've ever been down some railway sidings or been past railway sidings on the train, you'll always see some coaches left parked up somewhere. Parked up, is that a term for railways? Left in the sidings where graffiti artists have been out and tagged them. Well, I've discovered a nice, easy way to recreate some tags on railway carriages. So I'm going to give that a go. So if you want to come and watch that at some time, I'll be producing that. I might even do a live stream on it. I might, depends how easy it is to do. But from what I've seen and the way I've worked it out, it is actually quite a simple thing to do. Because, well, put it this way, it's graffiti, isn't it? So if it goes wrong a little bit, who's going to ever know? AJ has said he's just applying a weathering to the pilot for his Viper. Yeah. Model Maker Guru says 20 years ago I would have nicked them. Yeah, nicked them for spray painting, being graffiti. They're artists now, aren't they? Graffiti artist. Now I'm inspired by them. Yeah, but for a fence layout, it's you can't have a railway. You couldn't have an unused carriage in the sidings that's not covered in graffiti. Candygram Candy's here. He says he found the plastic F clamps under the brand name of Excel. Yeah. Cool. Right, I think we'll just now have a look at putting the next wood guard on, or if you're from the other side of the pond with Lynn, it's a fender. There we go, lovely. Typical Tamiya. Fits together beautifully. Nope, that wasn't a spot. What that is. In fact, it's gone together. It goes together that well that I'm forgetting where the joins are. Oops, wobbly cam. Put the clamps back on for the bottom. Then we can get on with the top. Sorry, yeah, I may have gone quiet. Just concentrating a little bit there. Can't speak with my tongue out. There. See how we can adjust these clamps around? Really quite flexible. Now I need a little box to go in there, but I won't do that one yet because I haven't painted it. Mark's asking, has anybody built the Belkit's Skoda Fabia, the S2000? Not me. Dave says that you can get tags and wall art decals for model railways. Yeah, you can. I've seen them. Just searching around, but I did find them. Then I found a way to do it, which looks much more fun than applying decals. So yeah, I'll have a go on a scrap railway engine, railway loco or carriage, so there's nothing lost. But that's part of the fun about model making, I guess, is just making it up as you go along, especially something like that where it doesn't matter if you get it wrong because who's going to know anyway? So yeah, I shall start tagging railway carriages in miniature. Skipper Ted tagged. Carl, evening all. He's a lot late tonight. Never mind, Carl. You're welcome along any time. Yeah. So Michael Strawman says it's his bedtime. Yeah, I'm not going to be here much longer myself, actually. Then it'll be my bedtime. It's coming up for 9:30. So 9:30. 10:30. So I'll be going to bed soon. Yeah, but I've got this to finish first. What? Yep. Will we get a chance to put these wheels on tonight or not? We could. There's still the axle, the drive. Oh, you can't see it because of the sun's. It's blacked out. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, there's too much glare on that. But the drive axle to be built. Build the wheels, and then put them all together. So we could get 2 of these drive axles on. If I can remember which way round they go. Consult the instructions. That's that one. And that. Right. There's a couple of nice locating holes there for these matching locating pegs that go in the running gear, so you can't actually get them the wrong way around, I think. Yeah, very clever. I think what's happened there is it's just got full of paint. So we can certainly put this one on. It's actually holding itself in. Now we need to hold this and keep it nice and straight. And then the other side. There, not only have we painted tonight, but we've glued as well. Timber, high all, check proofs, clamps for those blue clamps. Alright, so it would seem that these are still around then. Good. Glad to know that. That's that one goes in there. This is where I think we need to make sure that everything keeps lined up, because there's nothing worse than a wonky wheel. I should think as well that hopefully the locating lugs are going to hold the wheel in the right orientation, so that you don't, when you turn the tank over, have you ever built a tank and then you've turned it over and you find that one of the road wheels is too high or too low and it's wonky? So use a straight edge. There we go. Jamie said, I've done more in an hour and a half than Fox does in 3 hours. Yep. Yeah, I like to keep my streams varied, you see. If it's a building stream, yep. Yeah, if people come onto a building stream and expect to see building, you see. But tonight you've had building and painting. Yep. Because I'm making up for last week, obviously. Well, last week I didn't do anything. These clamps are quite handy now because I could use them to line up the wheels. I must say that the suspension on this universal carrier looks very prehistoric, very rudimentary. I can't imagine that the ride would have been comfortable at all, but I still suppose it beats walking. Let's check side to side and the front to back. Now try to look along the wheels and make sure they're all in line, and they appear to be. And there we are. I think for this evening we are done. A couple more wheels to paint. I think these are, oops, dropped. I think these are the return wheels, the return bogies that go on each end. somehow. Probably once the paint's cleaned off, they will go on a little bit easier. But that's that. Seems to sit without any rocking. Always check your wheels if you're building tanks. Always check your wheels before the glue finally sets, because if you've got a wonky wheel, you just have to find a rock to put underneath it to make it look as though it's going over rocks. But that, I do know that if ever you're entering competitions, that's one of the things that judges look for. Do all the wheels touch the ground? There we go, that goes on there like that as well. And this one, I think this is the spare one. Dave will tell us this is the spare one that goes on the front like that. There we go. Right, just a little bit of a drink left. Edward says, hi everyone, stop to say hello in the middle of cooking dinner. We've been chatting, enjoying ourselves, watch me do a little bit of model making. It's actually a time when I can actually sit back myself and do a little bit of non-stressed model making without having to worry about thinking about editing and things like that. Just sit down with a group of friends, have a drink, do a little bit of model making, have a chat, have a work around things, put the world to rights and enjoy it. Yep, Dave says, yep, that's it, spare wheel by the front, fits by the tow bar. So next time we'll have, I know you can't see it, it's over here somewhere, we'll have the axle, drive axle to build. I may build that because it needs building and spraying before we can fit it on. Then we can fit some of the exhausts on. And then it actually looks like putting the tracks on, but we won't put the tracks on yet. We'll leave that till later on in the build. And then, yeah, we're looking at sort of fitting it out. If you can see it, can't see it. We're looking at sort of fitting it out next. But we'll maybe consider how many parts we're going to put in, and then we can get down to painting. I'll give it a final touch up with a base coat, the green, the British Army green, olive green, and then we can look at fitting out, touching it up, and getting on with it, building the withering. But yeah, it's got to finishing time for today. Another drink. You may notice that during these live streams, the glass has got bigger and bigger because it's just going down. It's going down nice and easy. When we're putting the Hello Kitty decals, yeah, that could be the next build. You never know. That could be the next build. Yeah, I'd do something Hello Kitty. You never know. But yeah. Anyway, I think what we'll do is call it a night at that. I'll let the glue dry on these wheels because I don't want a wonky wheel. And we'll leave it till next week when hopefully we'll get back again. Once again, I apologise for the last week not being able to get in because it was just too damned hot. But that's it. Yeah, we'll enjoy another build session next week when we'll do some more. And if we can't do any more building, we've always got figure painting to do. Yes. Anyway, thank you very much everybody for coming in tonight. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you've liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know and I'll see if I can put that right for next time. But until next week, keep an eye on the channel. You never know what's coming up for on my channel, so click the little notification bell down here somewhere, and we'll see you all next week. I think Chris told you about everybody that was going to broadcast later on in the week, because I don't know, and what I do know I forgot, but I do know that I'll be on Sunday for Baneblade. I've got some news for the Baneblade as well, some special effects to show you for that, so do come along and watch Baneblade. And then Monday night again I'll be back on E-Models. So I'll leave you with it. Thank you very much. I'll slangivar, and we'll see you all next week. Okay everybody, take care, enjoy yourself and be safe. Wash your hands. Yeah, bye now. Thanks a lot. Bye.